So I was just thinking how massive next week is. We've got the Game of Thrones season finale. We've got E motherfucking 3. We've got The Last of Us, Animal Crossing New Leaf, and Man of Steel released in cinemas. Like, hello? This is the week of the year. This is the one I'm anticipating. It's the one I'm looking forward to. The one that I'm going to indulge in, and the one that shall be the only one to rule them all. But before we do all that, before we move into the future, we're going to stay in the present. The present is a battle. It's an NU game that I had on my stream, and I just threw shit together. I haven't got any NU teams. I haven't team built for NU ever in my life. I generally just grab stuff and go, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to John Lewis, buy ourselves a refrigerator, and then also a little train, a little choo-choo train here in the form of Torkoal. Obviously, he has a primate. Probably going to be scarfed. I don't want to take a close combat because I will die with my John Lewis, so I go into my choo-choo train. Unfortunately, get crit on switching, which, it still only does about 3/4, meaning that if he hadn't crit me, I'd be a really respectable amount of HP right now, unfortunately. Not the case, because his primate does pull the crit out the bag, but I decide I'm going to go for a Lava Plume, try and burn something on the switching, and he goes to Sandshrew, which is kind of nice, because he doesn't have the best special defense, and even though he takes it pretty respectably, it does a lot more than any kind of like earthquake or physical attack would have done. So I'm glad for that, and unfortunately don't get the burn. However, because I didn't get the burn, it does allow me to go for the yawn, which is nice because either he's going to stay in and fall asleep, or I can force him to switch while I set up stealth rocks as he goes into something else. Turns out he decides to stay in, gets up his own rocks first of all, then earthquakes me on the second turn while I set up rocks on him, and now we're in a position where he's going to fall asleep, go for a little nap. This Sandshrew is going to curl up in a little ball. Unfortunately, he's kind of in the middle of an ocean right now, which I don't think is good for Sandshrew's health. So he's going to switch out into his Haunter, predicting me to spin away the rocks that he'd set up, but I am smarter than the average train. I'm a little choo-choo man over here is going to go for Lava Plume instead to hit the Haunter on the switch-in. Unfortunately, again, burn isn't really helping me out here. It's not coming into play, but that's what happens sometimes. You don't always get lucky with the burn. He goes for the Shadow Ball, takes me out, and I didn't really want to switch there. Didn't have a super safe switch in, so decide to let it die. Go into my Scarf Sock, which is able to outspeed it. Go for the Ice Punch and take it down. Went for Ice Punch because that kind of covers a lot of his team. I didn't want to obviously go for close combat because he's a Haunter, and my other moves aren't really. I didn't feel like they were going to cover my bases, so Ice Punch was the one to go for. So now he goes into Primeape, and I'm thinking if I am slower, then I can kill him with an Ice Punch because he'll have the defense drop. If I'm faster, then I can live a close combat after he lifts my Ice Punch and then hit him again. However, he's faster, I live, but then he lives my Ice Punch. But fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Sock, because he's blue, if you didn't know, this is a fact. If you are a blue Pokemon and you use an Ice move, you are guaranteed to get a freeze 100% of the time. That is fact. And also, the background is blue, so that helped me out. So that is why I froze him, because the blue alignment of blues, it was blue dabba dee dabba da, and the stars aligned, and he froze, and I killed him. So fantastic. Go to John Lewis to counteract this skunky smell. That's what we do here. John Lewis has cleaning products. It has refrigerators. It has electronics. You know what it does best? It's able to get rid of those funky smells and all these problems. That's what it's going to do. It's going to substitute on the poison jab. I know he's going to be playing Sucker Punch games. Went for the Sucker Punch I switched in, and I'm trying to play these mind games as well, because if I make the wrong move and he gets off the Sucker Punch at the wrong time, or the right time for him, then he's going to be able... Oh, God, my nose, sorry. Going to be able to take me out. Go for a second one. With thinking maybe he would Sucker Punch there, but at this point it's like he probably should Sucker Punch at this point, but maybe he's not going to because the HP is still a little bit iffy. And he doesn't decide to Sucker Punch because I decide to Thunderbolt, and I can't speak anymore. My English is literally melted. Don't kill him with a Thunderbolt, however, and he's going to finish him off with a Poison Jab. I could have gone for the Blizzard. The problem is Blizzard might have missed, and I didn't really want to be in that situation. So instead, go for T-Bolt, almost kill him, and then I can go to my next solution, my next best solution, which is my Pikachu, Pika Pi. Try and go for a substitute, which works out really nicely, because he tried to Sucker Punch away my sub, and now we're doing the agility game, because I'm trying to, play with his mind with Sucker Punch again, because he can't break my sub if I go for agilities. Get up +2 speed, and then he finally decides he's going to kill himself with Life Orb, which is fantastic. Now I'm going to Torterra, which unfortunately I have Focus Punch, and Volt Tackle. So the only way I'm going to hit him with a move is if I get off a Focus Punch. Really doesn't look like it's happening because he's going to Earthquake and he's Life Orb. He's taking out my sub. So I try one last time to go for the unprotected Focus Punch. I'm like, whatever. But he goes for the Rock Polish. I'm like, oh, this is fun. This is great. Pikachu, get it off that unprotected Focus Punch. What an utter legend he is. The Pika Pi doing the work. Unfortunately, not quite enough to take Torterra down. However, because he has Life Orb, he is only going to get off one more hit once he's killed my Pikachu. My poor Pikachu goes down. And he's right down to 11 HP. So, we're in the range here where we can let him, kill something, and then I'll be able to not have this thing as a problem anymore. I really have nothing else to switch into. Unfortunately, Pan's going to bite the bullet, take a wood hammer and die. Nothing I can really do about that. I don't want anything else to be sacrificed. I still need my Scarf Sock, because it's going to be outspeeding a lot of his guys, and it's going to be very useful. And I still have something else, I believe, up my sleeve, which I can't quite remember right now. However, he's going to go into his Magio. Why do you keep calling it that? It's, Flatfish, flat face, stunfisk, stunfisk, that's the one, I never remember its name. Go for the Earthquake, which obviously more powerful than the close combat, and does a decent amount. However, I still have my good old buddy back in my back pocket, Funtail here, Funtail the Huntail, and he has Ice Beam. He's mixed with Shell Smash, so he's easily going to take out the Stunfisk, and then my opponent's last Pokemon is, of course, the Sleeping Sandshrew, which is easily going to go down to, like, a waterfall or something, so that's basically going to wrap up the game. Sorry, my nose is still bad, so I'm just sniffing here and there and everywhere. It's just a thing. I can't really do anything about it, but oh yeah, I decided I'm going to Shell Smash. I forgot about that. I'm going to Shell Smash because he has a guaranteed turn of sleep, and then I'm going to Ice Beam. That's going to kill Sandshrew, and I'm going to win the game. Because that's how I do this NU. That's how I win. So, thank you for... Wow, I'm already thanking you for watching. The battle hasn't even stopped yet. I am super ahead of myself. Man, I just want to get away and blow my nose. That's the problem here. It's all these allergies and all my cold. It's all coming to a head, and nothing I can really do about it. However, I enjoyed that battle. It was fun. It was good, and may do some more NU in the future. I need to have some new stuff, though, because I get bored of stuff quickly. I need new stuff. New fresh blood. That's what I need, fresh blood. But there you go. That was the game. Now my throat's getting all choked up. If you enjoyed, please do leave a like. I know people go on about leaving likes, but it certainly helps quite a bit, and people forget sometimes, so it's nice to remind them about it. You can also comment in the comment section if you have anything constructive or unconstructive or inconstructive or destructive to say. You could leave an explosive comment. How about that? That would be fun. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.